Hi, I'm Ashley Jones, the Business Development Manager for Cherif Medawar Real Estate Investing. Recently, I sat down with Cherif, a man who has over 20 years of real estate experience, to talk about what are his training strategies that work in today's marketplace today, right now.
If you're sitting in your comfort zone, you're not gonna grow. You gotta go outside your comfort zone. You gotta understand you're investing in yourself, and when people see that you've invested in yourself, they're gonna wanna invest with you.
Please take the time to listen to the stories and listen to him talk a little bit about the training itself.
I was born in Egypt, and I'm half Egyptian, half French. I'm Catholic Egyptian, which is a minority in Egypt, and I studied with the Jesuits. I went to Catholic school. I left Egypt, I was very young, 17. I went to Switzerland to study hotel school. My goal was to be a hotel manager. I wanted to become a hotel manager, so I studied and took intensive classes. And then I finished my four-year degree in 27 months, actually, and decided to come to the United States because my father was doing business in the US, in Seattle and Los Angeles, with his brothers and sisters, and all my father's side of the family was in the US. So I came into the US, I was a little less than 20 years old. I was 19. And then I started working in a hotel right away, the Century Plaza Hotel in Los Angeles, and it was really fun. I was working so many hours. I was also taking classes in UCLA to get my BS degree. So I was between the hotel in the morning, the UCLA in the afternoon and at night, and then all of a sudden one day a hotel guest, a billionaire in the name of Edmond Bessari, stopped me in the lobby of the hotel and said, "Cherif, why are you working so hard? Every time I come to the hotel, you're from 6 a.m. to midnight. You're killing yourself." And I told him, I want to be a general manager. I'm trying to learn everything. He said, "You need to work for me. You're going to spend your whole life working in a business where half your income goes in taxation, federal tax, state tax, Medicare tax, Social Security tax, unemployment tax, and the rest of the money is getting eaten up by inflation and expenses." He said, "You will never have the good life. You need to be with me and be in real estate." Well, I said to the gentleman, I said, "Sir, I don't know anything about real estate." He said, "Look, there are formulas you got to follow. You're going to have to say what I tell you to say. You're going to have to do what I tell you to do, and you will learn more than you can learn in any university in the world." Well, the billionaire was actually a Lebanese gentleman, and he left Lebanon when he was very young, went to Venezuela, and then came to Miami and studied in Harvard. He was such an intelligent man that Harvard Business School called him the man with two brains. He was in Harvard for 8 years, studied business, studied architecture, and then went on to make unbelievable amounts of money between trading stock market, options, optioning real estate and land, doing deals in Europe. He owns the Chateau de Madame de Pompadour, which is the castle of Louis XIV. He bought it from the government of France. Needless to say, I realized I was at the right place at the right time. And in one instant, I made the decision, I'm going to actually follow this and I'm going to just go with it. And literally, it's like I rewrote my destiny. I was supposed to be a hotel general manager, became an investor. I was exposed to this world where I didn't have really a formal, listen, let's sit down, let's talk about an introduction to real estate, let's talk about how to do this, how to negotiate that. It was like, I need you to go and you get this done, I need you to do this, this, and this. And I remember him defining somebody being a competent person by his or her ability to get things done. Just get it done. I don't want to hear a story, why, how. I don't want to hear you worked hard. You got it done or not. That was the bottom line. So I had to be very resourceful. I had worked with him from 1981 to 1988. In 1989, January, I left him, and January 17th, I had bought my first property. Within 90 days, I had another property, and I started just buying and selling properties and splitting properties, and just made a lot of money. Started in Solana Beach, California, in San Diego area, worked my way up, and now I have properties in Southern California, Northern California, in Puerto Rico. I have commercial properties. I have in Cancun, I have in Canada. So been really an incredible experience and exposure to not just the business of investing, but the business of life, and what you see when you deal with people in terms of money and how far people would go if they're not educated or they know the principle of investing and they make mistakes so I decided I gotta guide some people. I have to give back. What happened to me may not happen to other people, but I can make it happen for them. I could be like that billionaire that came in and change my life, and I can impact so many other lives.